Welcome back to This Is The Police. We are on day 157, which is December the 18th, a Wednesday. Apparently some stuff about a constitution, and woman freezes to death waiting to enter further store, and female brain no different from male. The mafia slightly unhappy, but not terribly. What did we do to piss them off? Surely we haven't done anything deliberately to piss them off, have we? No, I don't think so. We'll have a look then and see if... Alright, Birch didn't come into work today. Last time, Austin didn't either. And then over here, yes, you're too tired. Alright. So, last time, we entered the final stages of this game. In that there is now a political race going on between the Robespierre and Mayor Rogers. Everyone's too tired. Yeah, go home. Christ, is it literally everyone? Oh, well, you're very well trained up over here, but you've had a bit to drink coming tomorrow. Right, how many do we actually miss today? 1, 2, 3, 4 detectives and 1. And I think he might even be lead on our narcotics. No, our extortion from the Sand family. That's the one I really want to push through. Over here, nothing much to see here. We can't really do much, can we? We can promote, who can we promote? Adams, he kind of deserves it, doesn't he? Well, it's the closest thing to deserving it anyway. So let's go to map over here. We can do that right away. I've got another cold drink with me. We've got to keep on going, don't we? What's this? Mission from the Labour Union. Mr. Boyd, I'm trying to settle a small problem. My deputy, Paul Higgins, has unearthed some papers that could potentially hurt my career. He's threatened to go public in the coming days. Apparently, he expects me to turn myself in. It's no trouble for me to deal with this traitor, but I need to buy some time. Could you please send a squad of officers to our office, act like you're performing a search and maybe even pretend to arrest me? Then Higgins will think the issue is resolved and he'll let down his guard. Then I'll stab him in the spine. Sounds fair enough. We can go ahead and wait with that. And now City Hall is requesting that we send some officers, 2 of them, to deal with some ungrateful city residents have, for the past several days, parked in reserved spaces in our parking lot. The police need to come down and fix the problem right now. You can get our worst officers, Paul Morris and the Gigolo. That seems fair. Request from City Hall. We can hire another detective. I'll go ahead and I'll take John Davenport right out of the gate. Belcher, not a chance. What about this? We now earn more money and we can hire another policeman, which means that we have several officers actually open for hire down here. None to actually hire. We got some more dosh. And what else do we need to do? Investigations. Let's look at extortion and let's see if he's working. No, none of them are. So, who do we have available? We have Beasley who's working. He's quite okay. What I can do then, well, I can assign him. Over here, can we see what shift she's on, perhaps? Maybe she's not on this shift, or maybe she's one of the alcoholics. He's also a drunk. And, well, that's the only investigator we actually have. Well, Beasley can go ahead. We can have a look over here. Details. Do we have anything uncovered here recently? No, we're very sure about the fact that he rides a horse. I just don't see any... Hang on, is that the wrong boots? No, that's a wrong boot, isn't it? Because that is an issue. That one there, and then that one there, maybe? No, we know he lives alone. So, yeah, is it maybe? No. I'm missing something here, I'm certain of it. I just don't know what it is. Let's see here, maybe it's the wrong gun. No, maybe they do that differently. I don't know. Does it even say about the order of which he does things? A whip over here. What about the neighbours? Heard the sound of a glass breaking and men yelling, "Pay up or die." So that one probably happened quite a bit earlier. But what early is early? No, he rides a white horse. That's what we know, don't we? Snow White. Or was it Snowy? Yes, Snow White is his horse. So presumably he does ride a white horse. But he has balls on his shoes. So we got the wrong horse, but the right shoes. So we need the right shoes and the right horse. I don't get to say that in many video games these days. What about an assault with an offensive weapon? Old friends Mr. Casey and Mr. Piravalov were arguing about how to cook the best barbecue. In the end, Mr. P-Man grabbed a butcher's knife and stabbed Mr. Casey in the stomach. The man's wife phoned the police after she locked herself in the bedroom, fearing for her life. I would say that's a fair assumption. Can we send down Coachy and Adams? We can. Two relatively okay officers. Certainly he's above 200 in his reputation. We just promoted him anyway, didn't we? Yes, we did, so he's very proud and pleased about himself. Should we be sending 2 striped people down there, or should we just send a stripe? Well, it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, let's not get bogged down in that kind of detail. That's just promotions that we give. They have absolutely no say in what goes on. Oh, and he died. How did he die? Well, thankfully it was the inexperienced officer that died, not Coachy. I wouldn't have wanted to lose her. What do we have? A child abuse at Papa Carl's Pizza. An inebriated man decided to teach his young son a lesson right there in the pizzeria. He pulled down the boy's pants and started spanking him with a pizza peel, shouting, "I told you not to slurp and don't talk back, you bastard." We can't have that, can we? 2 coppers can go down there, the 2 moustache men. That's the moustache patrol. Oh, very good. Now we got a call from the Touch of Dialysis. An alarm went off at a premium liquor store. Eyewitnesses report that a truck crashed through the back gate of their warehouse. People wearing hoods stormed the area and they are quickly looting boxes of bottles onto the truck. Right, so they crashed into the shop or the store or whatever you call it, but apparently they're also in their warehouse. I'm guessing that's an off-site warehouse. I'm just a bit confused. We can send down 2 coppers, right? No, you are all a bunch of pussies. 3 can do it. All right, 3 will it be then. So the investigation into Sam will hopefully be wrapped up today. Or at the very least, Beasley will uncover a bit of clues on it. Fingers crossed, that is. Fingers crossed. Child abuse report. Offender was called. Officers were unharmed, so all was well in the end. We are getting a call for reinforcements from the theft. Let's go ahead and assign that. We also have another call pending. Counterfeiting at the Everyday Mall, which McNamara and Durack, our mustachios, can deal with. And Mrs. Hatch called to complain that the gifts department at the mall was selling counterfeit money. 50s and 100s hanging right in the window. What kind of world are we living in? How are you selling money? What? Anyway, we'll send them down there. Probably nothing. Public indecency visitors to the Corn Monument got a surprise today. A naked woman walked up and began posing next to the monument. Several people tried to cover her with their coats, but she shred them and ran away from everyone, laughing loudly. The eyewitness who called it in said she was obviously under some kind of substance. What kind of substance would she be under? Clearly, she wasn't dressed. Maybe she was under the influence. Is that what it says? No, she's just under some kind of substance. Just, maybe it's cotton or anything. Alright, let's try and prioritise here what we have. They cleared out their theft. Offender was caught. Officers unharmed. They found some alcohol. Let's bring it all to the cop shop. Can we please have officers come back? Counterfeiting. The department was displaying gift cards designed to resemble dollars, but they were clearly marked not for legal tender. How surprised, eh? So, could we please get somebody back? We kind of want to go to the massive gathering of people. Return, people. Return. One. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. That was close, but we made it through anyway. We'll send SWAT on the paddy wagon as well. A noisy crowd has gathered in front of City Hall, demanding the legalisation of soft drugs in Freeburg. Procure's cancel the protesters are chanting as they defiantly smoke joints. Well, the good thing here is that we can sort of all guide them towards the same exit and then just give them citations as they leave. We can just produce them in batches. That's clever of me, isn't it? The public indecency. What? Somebody was... Alright, so the naked woman who was clearly just posing next to stuff apparently killed someone. Alright. I think this game is off its face now. No new frames found here. What about here? Nothing found. But what about the extortion? Nothing, really. Nothing found there. What about over here? We'll get the Moustache Patrol down there. Shooting in the ghetto. Marisa Brown reports that she heard several shots ring out from a nearby window, followed by a man shouting, "Shut up," every night. Same thing. Freaking junkies. Marisa explained that her neighbour is a former soldier who often quarrels with the young people who spend evenings hanging out in the apartment courtyard. And they will go out there and deal with that very well. They do, after all, both have moustaches, which is good for policemen. It makes them trustworthy. They're now requesting assistance down there, but they've got SWAT. They're all highly trained and highly experienced. And what happened there? Offenders were caught, officers unharmed, civilians were unharmed. Indeed, it worked out well, and we made a lot of money there for the city, just all of those tickets that we could issue. Meanwhile, the shooting call is still being dealt with. They've just arrived, actually, so now it's being dealt with. They're requesting assistance, but no one is available. So please... Oh, we've lost a moustache! Dear, oh dear, we lost a moustache. What are we going to do now? We've lost one of the moustache men. Can we move somebody over from the other shift? We need to declare them dead. We need the moustache people together. It's good for morale. It's very good for morale. B shift. Do we have anyone here with a moustache? You don't qualify. You don't qualify. That's just wrong. That looks like arse hair, doesn't it? No. So priority will be finding somebody with a moustache who can work for us. That's important from this point on. Moustaches save lives. And Farmer confuses Kite with the UFO. Yes, we've dealt with that call. Bodybuilding competition. All right. Now, they've kind of half-half now about liking us. That's fair enough, I think. We did have people die yesterday. 2 officers, and the call, one at least, went unanswered. Mitchell didn't come in. Johnson didn't come in. Morgan, yes, go home. You can go home. Go home. Some friends of mine, no, you can't. I'll sub all night. No, go to bed. You're too tired. Oh, Mo, stop sleeping. Cunnilingus is too tired. Can you go home? Yes, you can. Right, well, Martin Kemp, you're getting a promotion. Welcome higher up in the ranks. I hope you enjoy your time as a sergeant or senior officer. Sergeant, is that 2 stripes or 3 stripes? It doesn't matter. Let's have a look now, though, at our moustache friends. Moustache, can we hire anyone? No, it's a disaster. We still can't hire anyone with moustaches. We need moustaches. What about this over here? Mr. Boyd, please note that this information is highly classified. Probably shouldn't be posting it on YouTube then. Anyway, 6 months ago, terrorists simultaneously launched 3 satellites, which, according to our intelligence, transmitted some kind of hypersensitive radiation waves designed to sap our willpower. We quickly developed a cure which could improve the mental strength of our citizens, especially our military and police forces. We are conducting clinical studies, and we need 4 of your employees to try out the latest version of the drug. Between us, these men are running a great risk because our experiments on rats were not entirely successful. But for $80,000, I'd be willing to take the chance, right? Oh, no, I'm not. I mean, it could work out well. And, well, I mean, technically, we're not risking the lives of anyone with a moustache, so we would be okay. What about the child abuse call, though? The company Flutte Fanate. Okay. I'll just need a moment. Okay, I need to think different thoughts. Which produces diapers and toys, put on a presentation about their new products. They invited 2 clowns to entertain the young mothers and their children. The kids didn't like the clowns and some began to cry. And one of the clowns lashed out at the audience, shouting, "God, I could just plug that child. I can't stand it. It's like he's scraping my ears from the inside." A second clown just silently watched everything, then pulled out a World War II gun out of his bag and aimed it at the crowd. He asked his friend in a gravelly voice, "Mikolai? I think that's supposed to be an N, definitely. Who do you want me to kill? Just point them out with a finger and I'll put the devil down." Later it will become known that these clowns are 2 former psychiatric patients who had been successfully, let's put that in inverted commas, shouldn't we, treated and released. So this isn't so much as a child abuse call as it's brandishing a weapon, putting people at gunpoint. So really, yeah, that's probably one of the ones where we send down 1, 2, 3. Let's get Martin Kemp. So we're getting that guy with Lisa Reaney, Got Bomber, Mr. Spanky, Lover, Mr. Lover, and Martin Kemp goes down there. We now have a carjacking in the city centre. We also have terrorism. That's no good. A cafe waiter is reporting an explosion near the entrance to the coffee shop. There's more deafening bangs coming from just outside. I've even dropped my tray full of coffee. My customers don't know what to do. There are suddenly bombs going off in the city. Now, I suspect it's not really terrorism because there was deafening bangs coming from the entrance. It didn't say it coming from the outside, but, we'll send down the officers we have. Unfortunately, that means we can't go out and go to a carjacking, but, terrorism. Oh, no, they've stolen a fire engine and are now riding through the city centre, sirens blazing, spraying residents with a fire hose. Well, I mean, they're going to run out of water fairly quickly, aren't they? So it's not like that's much of a danger, but, there is other issues with that. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to change course. They're just firecrackers, as I expected. But there's no way of me to reassigning officers, as we are attending a call. And they got away. Thankfully, they didn't kill anyone. They've just made some people cold. Child abuse call, though. There's a crowd of weeping children and mothers scrambling for cover. One clown is sitting and growling and tearing his hair out. The other takes aim at the hysterical crowd. Right, so this is actually a hostage situation. They pounce on the clown with a gun and try to seize the weapon. Yell at the DJ to play some calming music. Yeah, let's put some Enya on. That'll calm everyone down. Or strike the clown who is tearing his hair out. No, let's pounce on the guy with a gun and just beat him to death. Yeah, it worked. The children I know are all horrified, but it's perfectly okay. They weren't harmed. So now, do we want to send some officers over here to be tested with some sort of super drug? I mean, how tired are these? These don't need to go. I'll wait and see if any of these are actually more tired, because maybe, no, they're not. Well, all the really tired ones, they're not working, are they? Carjacking. Oh, another one. Dive. Yeah, alright. Mr. Portman called in to report the theft of his car. I was at the intersection and two men with pistols approached and told me to get out of the car. I didn't argue, but can't figure out why they wanted that old bucket of bolts. Two officers will go out of there. They were alright. So do we want to go over here, send out... Well, we need the right people to get back, don't we? Which is... Over here we get Martin Kemp. And we get J-Dogs. And who else can we get? Ooh, anyone out here that's just a tiny bit tired? Mr. Spanky is. And Cecil, yeah, so they can... Whoa, no, well, I don't want to risk the lives of all my gutmen. But I do want to risk the lives of Mr. Spanky. I mean, rather unfortunately, J-Dog has actually gotten quite good now. That's annoying. That was my attempt to get him murdered. But we'll send down a few officers over there. Yeah, we'll just let them test it out on them. How hard can it be? It's not that dangerous, is it? Fight at the Bigfoot Athletic Shoe Shop. Two girls refused to compromise, not compensate, but rather compromise over the last pair of dishonest shoes and began to tear out each other's hair. The guard called the police and said he couldn't intervene. I'm suffering from injuries the last time this happened. Why can't we send SWAT out to two women fighting? We'll get Martin Kemp and J-Dog out there. They can deal with it. It's just two women. How hard can that be? Women aren't known for being vicious at all. Oh, we've lost the vase! Oh, no. Why did we lose the vase? Has this got something to do with the political thing? Because this has all started since the election campaign began, hasn't it? So Dr. Fiona... Oh, Mr. Spanky. We've lost Spanky! Yes, get in! Those pills they gave us were really strange. It's impossible to concentrate on anything and my feet hurt really badly. Oh, yeah, he's dead, but okay, they're all very terrible now. So it was probably the right move to send down those, but we got lots of dosh. We got drug sales in the residential area. Mr. Coleman reports that there's a drug pusher working out of the parking lot near his home. He's an Arab, and I got to read that really. No, I got to read it as, he's an Arab, and every day they come and rumbling up on his moped selling drugs to those local school children. It's like they're his regular customers. Can you do nothing or anything? Yeah, that was a terrible attempt at an accent, but really we've just had two officers die. I mean, 2 days, 4 deaths, and they're very terrible now, those officers. But, we'll take it with a tin of beans. We got drug use at Donatello. An elderly man caught sight of a man using drugs. I saw him take a packet of white powder from his pocket. He sprinkled it on the donut and ate the monstrosity right there in front of the children. Fight caught. Did we lose anyone? No. Alright, it's very good. Martin Kemp's still perfectly fine. And as is J-Dog, who's getting better and better. I mean, look at that. That's disappointing. Rick Dixon, or rather Scott Dixon, He's alright too. Jensen is also okay. The Vars is unfortunate dead. Martin Kemp, very good actually done by her. And Mr. Lova also quite alright. A God Bomber, yeah, alright as well. Lovely. Some of these have been with us for quite a while. Oh, drug sales at the residential area. There's an Arab sitting on the moped handing a package to a person in a car, then they move off in different directions. Turn on the siren, block the moped, or chase a moped. Block the moped, we can always knock them off the bike. That worked. They found weed. Alright, let's bring it to the cop shop. We don't want to piss off the city any more than we already have done. The drug eater was just a man who, yeah, he was eating donuts or something with some sugar sprinkled on it, right? We can also now send over a few coppers over there. And we can send over a few coppers, I mean literally everyone I have available. It's late in the day, so really, what's the danger now? We'll presumably make a lot of dosh from it, and we now have another call pending over here. We received an anonymous tip of a large shipment of contraband tobacco is being unloaded at the port. Mr. Lova, Jensen, Dixon, and Cecil, they can go out there. I mean, they're the only ones we have left. I also don't know how much use it'll be over there at bloody a bit till midnight. But certainly we're making the effort. We're showing that we care. Nothing found. Child molestation, nothing found. So, thank you. You should have seen the happy face of the idiot Hickens. So we now got some help. Oh, we got $15,000 from him. And he'll be friendly with us. That's good. That's a union rep, isn't it? That's good. Oh, God, no. We've ran over here. Yeah, okay, we need the couple of uniformed officers on scene for the camera. Send them now. I don't have anyone. They've gone off and they've made money for me. And the other ones are off dealing with smuggling. And we had 2 die. Yes, I'm good and competent as a chief of police. Don't complain to me, city. So let's wrap up the day here.
My God, Mr. Boyd, there's no tea in the whole house. We've looked everywhere. I could bring you a nice box of Japanese tea. I think you'd fall in love.
Let's get this over with. The people on the street are freezing by now.
Oh, yes, I do apologize for the ill-mannered crowd. A man in my position deals with a lot of unpleasantness.
Mr. Boyd, don't you wonder why Mayor Rogers so easily gave you your job back?
I promised the doctors I'd think less.
Funny. The people of this city are in the opposite situation. They've begun to use their heads for the first time in many years. They've learned to argue, but of course they can't agree on anything. Does Freeburg need change? Should the old guard give way to a new generation of politicians? Would I make a good mayor? Was Stuart Rogers a bad mayor? All these arguments reek of naivete, but let's be charitable. Many of them are allowing themselves to doubt for the first time. What's important is this. In times when the people cannot reach an accord, what they need is something to unite them. And one of those things is their undying love for their chief of police. People can support me or hate me, can defend Rogers or demand his resignation, but they remain sure of one thing. Their police chief is a saint. Their police chief won't let the city fall to chaos. And despite everything, the events of recent months have only improved your reputation, Mr. Boyd. The people have been touched by your recovery from that coma, your eagerness to return again and again to your post, to serve the city. And of course, Stuart Rogers, whose position is seriously shaken, wishes to take advantage of you.
Rogers understands that he won't survive this fight. He just wasn't prepared for it. So he's planned a major security operation. He intends to storm Eugene's house, burn everything to the ground so the pillar of smoke can be seen from anywhere in the city. He wants you to personally lead the assault. He'll tell the reporters that Eugene Chaffee was behind a series of terrorist attacks across the city. When he offered armed resistance during his arrest, Eugene was shot and killed.
What are you going to do about it?
What should I do? Respond in kind, of course.
What, you're going to storm City Hall?
Don't have the stomach for it, Mr. Boyd? You do understand what my gratitude would mean. Enough money to last you the rest of your life.
My job. I want to keep my job. Not 1 year, not 5 years, but until I decide it's time to leave.
I told you, Eugene, he's no longer interested in money.
Oh, I'll take the money, too. It'll be nice to get a bonus when you extend my contract.
You ask for too much, Mr. Boyd.
Oh, really?
I'll visit you in a few days, Mr. Boyd. Gather your strength. You forgot them in my car the last time we met.
Thanks, but I gave 'em up. Might add a few years to my life.
And one more thing. I wanted you to hear this from me, not the newspapers. Consider it a gift.